Hello on this pleasant good evening. Huh? Just came to my mind. NASA, National Aeronautic Space Agency, the American Space Agency, actually invested millions designing a pen so that they could use on their missions outer space, because an ordinary ballpoint pen would not work. An ordinary ballpoint pen would need, under gravity, where the ink is held in that reservoir, under gravity, as you roll the pen, as you write, the rollerball will just release or circulate the ink transfer onto the paper. So you need to have pressure under gravity, is how a rollerball would work in space. For that, they had to create a chamber, invest all that millions of money designing a pen. Just imagine what extent the humans go to invest in something that can only be used by few individuals who would go out to the space on an exploration at the cost of how many millions? Countless. That money invested intelligently for the well-being and to feed the empty stomach of the malnourished child somewhere on this planet. Because all the rare metals and all the rich metals are found in the continent of Africa. Now imagine, who's rich? The Western world or the countries that are seen as third world and developing? No. Those lands are rich with diamonds, golds, gems, cobalt, silver, titanium, all the metals that are used for all these machinery that we have produced, all the gadgetry, all the advanced stage from technological advantage, that where we are today is only because of the extraction of all that precious metals from the earth at the cost of an entire continent, Africa. And we are seeing as giving aid on one hand, taking 10 times more by extraction of metals and minerals and everything that the West need to produce their gadgets and for their exuberant lifestyle. And it seems like starving young child, starving newborn child in the continent goes an empty stomach even to this day, whilst you and everyone is indulging on greed, for selfish greed. How could you say that we as human beings has a sensitive, conscious, responsible, meaningful ways of doing things to care for the other, or being an extension to every other life? The education has to be undone. Centuries of disdain, most ludicrous and most backward of education has got us where we are today. No one to be blamed. It is that you did not know anything better than what you learned as information that made you to discriminate and polarize our planet, our lives, and the way we live. If you stop using your puny identity and your discriminatory mind to see life, you will do what is needed to make sure that everyone is well. Until everyone is well, your life will constantly be a battle. How could you not see this? How could you not have the inner consciousness to open up your humanity and be a responsible and a gentle life here in this brief moment of life we have here on this existence? Creation did not discriminate. The sun would not discriminate. The oceans and the land has not discriminated. It is the human construct that has got to where we are today. In everything we see, we have polarized to a point where, as we call it individuals, indivisibility, indivisible, subject of indivisible has become synonymous? I don't know. The language is a conspiracy between what you understand and what I'm speaking and what you hear. It is according to your reference of learning, according to the reference of your knowledge, according to the reference of information, impressions, experiences, and life that you have exposed to, is what you will know. Beyond that, it is just sound, noise. As if I never spoke a word of English. I don't. And you never spoke a word of English, didn't understand. Whatever I say may sound to you as some kind of a distorted noise. Leaving that aside, if you open up your humanity, remember there's nothing that has come fallen from a sky. Whatever we have, whatever we don't have, has come from this earth, and it belongs to this earth. And you and I also a piece of earth, at least for myself. I see myself as a borrowed piece of earth that I'm walking upon, that I call myself body, which knows where it wants to be, back to the earth. So with this, at least, have some gentleness. And next time, whatever you do, whatever the responsibilities you have, remind yourself that your actions should be of profound nature, so that it becomes an impactful, or at least you work upon something today that will enhance and raise and elevate the lives of others. By doing so, the world that you are imagining for tomorrow and for the next years or next millennia may only happen if we undo what we have learned and do what is needed today, so that it can be of beneficial use to all.